Mike Lunde from Unified Martial Arts making his debut as we ramp it up now to 185 pounds. Lunde looks serious as can be. It's kind of funny to me to see some fighters come in, they look relaxed, they're smiling, some are laughing, some are having a great time. Others have a face where they look just focused, some look angry, it's hard to tell. Lunde comes in looking pretty hard as he is going to be going up against another one of the Schiro brothers. Schiro brother number 2, Carlito, fighting tonight against Mike Lunde. Lunde getting checked out. We will check out Carlito Schiro right now. In our opening bout, we saw Sal Schiro win his match. Later on, we're going to see Dante Schiro. Here is Carlito Schiro. Schiro coming in with a record of 1-1 to face off against Mike Lunde, as we've seen both of Carlito's fights here in this cage during the Chosen Few. And hopefully he can follow or at least mirror the path that his brother Dante took. Carlito losing his debut fight, as did Dante, but Dante hasn't lost since then, as he has rattled off 11 victories in a row. We'll see if the same can hold true as Carlito tries to make it 2 straight against Mike Lunde. All right, Schiro's ready, Lunde is ready. We're ready to call this one as we go back up into the cage with our cage announcer, Chris Gary.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in our amateur middleweight division. Introducing first this man, fighting out of the Rods Performance red corner. He is making his amateur debut right here for the Chosen Few Fighting Championships. He weighed in at 182.5 pounds. He represents Unified Martial Arts, hailing from Madison, Wisconsin, Mike Lunde. His opponent, this man, standing across the cage and fighting out of the Coliseum Bar blue corner. He represents the Chosen Few Gym and also hails from right here in Madison, Wisconsin. In 2 amateur bouts, he has 1 victory. Weighing in at 183.4 pounds, please welcome to the cage, Carlito Schiro.
Schiro and Lunde just about set to go, as Schiro getting a nice round of applause from the sold-out crowd here at the Monona Terrace. Another great crowd, and one of the things that I love about the crowds for these Chosen Few events, they get here early, they're ready to go. Usually on a lot of cards, you'll see people filing in late, only getting around halfway through the card or towards the main event. Here they get here early, and they've been in full throat since our opening bout.
That's true. And right away we got Mike Lunde showing some very interesting movement, trying to throw Schiro off his game, and at least so far it's kind of kept him at bay somewhat, but he is really leaving his chin out there as far as his stance is going. Just missing there is Schiro. I think if he just gets in a little bit closer, a little bit deeper with his hands, and then waits to shoot after he connects, he'll be okay. As it's a much taller opponent in Lunde. He's got to get a little closer, close a little more distance, but Lunde's chin is there to be taken. He's just tall enough that so far leaning back and getting out of the way has done the trick for him.
And kids, if you're watching, don't throw punches that way.
Yeah.
No, that is not the right way to do that.
Lunde skips in and a kick, and that caught Carlito where you don't want to be caught, as they give Schiro now a few moments to go ahead and compose himself. Well, we see a lot of movement and activity from Lunde that I'm not sure is actually adding up to anything at all. All of those little, like, motions and the head bobbing and the winking and all the stuff that he's doing, does that bother you as a fighter at all, or is it just kind of silly stuff?
I mean, it depends on the level you're fighting at. And I guess the only thing I could say from this, like there he got caught on the chin. That's why you don't do that if you don't know what you're doing, and there he gets chin checked again. But like someone like a Dominic Cruz uses a little more movement, just not like that, and he does it in a way that protects himself and throws people off, but he does it with strikes and different things like that, whereas this is kind of an uninformed approach.
And it's more the quality of the opponent who does it, like he said. You've got
big shot.
Yeah.
You've got dynamic movement like with guys like Dominic Cruz, like you mentioned, who's one of the best to ever do it at bantamweight. But even think about guys like Conor McGregor, hands down, punches coming from everywhere. If you're skilled enough to do it, you can do it. You can hurt your opponent. If you're not skilled enough to do it, you leave your chin wide open to get caught.
Yeah, and that's what it seems like Lunde is doing right now. It is just target practice for Schiro. That's what he's looking to do, is get right at that chin of Lunde. Lunde backed up now after taking some good punishment from Schiro.
Schiro keeps leaning back a little bit as he comes in with that lead hook. I'd like to see him stay a little more square, paw his way in with his lead hand, and then really let that right hand go. Kind of a little bit more like that with his upper body posture. See that? Taking himself out of position. There, that was better. And then a great lat drop off that. That was beautiful, and he's going to get that short. That's deep. That is deep.
I think Skiro's got that locked in pretty good. Lunde in trouble here in the first round, as there is still time here in the round for Schiro to finish him off. From our
he's out cold. He's out.
Yeah,
Great little hip adjustment, Gerald. Did you see that at the end there?
He wiggled off to his right a little bit, closing off that side, getting that arm deep. That was beautiful.
Lunde is choked out completely. Carlito Schiro got the chokehold in. Heads up to the top of the cage in victory as he improves to 2-1 in impressive fashion here tonight. Carlito Schiro, your winner. We'll come back with the official decision right after this on TVW. Taking a look at the replay now of Schiro putting Lunde to sleep here in the first round. And boy, Lunde really made a mistake. He had been leaving his chin out there. Then finally he just left his head and neck wide open, and Schiro pounced.
And right there you saw at the end, he adjusted a little bit to his right, blocking off that side with his hips, as Chris had mentioned, and that sealed the deal.
Comes at 2 minutes 45 seconds of round number 1 for your winner by guillotine choke, Carlito Schiro.
Schiro is victorious. He improves to 2-1. The Schiro brothers so far tonight are 2-0. We'll see if Dante Schiro can finish off the trifecta a little bit later on tonight. All right, we'll be back with more in the amateur ranks right after this on TVW.